We don't have internet in our house, you know?
We are in Plaza del Cristo. It's a park here in Havana Vieja, and all of these kids are online illegally right now. There are guys here who sell repeated internet, so they buy a card from the government, they plug it in, and then they have an illegal booster. They distribute the Wi-Fi through this little square here, and then people pay them $1 each to get access to their network. So it's a lot cheaper than the government Wi-Fi. It's right here. It's illegal.
So why is this the best option for these Cubans to get Wi-Fi? And who is the entrepreneur behind what's going on here? Those are the questions we're out to explore. Because here in Cuba, using the internet is unlike anywhere else on Earth. First of all, average Cubans are banned from having the internet in their homes or businesses. So access to the internet is limited to the government hotspots located in a dozen or so cities across the country. These hotspots are mainly in public parks. Some people must travel miles to get to them. But before you can get online, first you need to buy an internet card from the state communications company, Atención. This can mean standing in long lines in the heat or rain. We went to one of the parks in Havana to talk with people.
Hace como un año y pico fue que empecé a utilizar el internet en los parques y eso. Lo uso para hablar con mi mamá, que vive allá.
La mayor parte del pueblo lo usan para beneficio personal, para la comunicación con la familia.
We found that almost everyone was here to communicate with a relative. It seemed normal to most, except for the foreigners we spoke with.
Para mí es terrible, me deprime. Yo creo que la comunicación es la base de nuestra vida.
Quita un poco la intimidad de algunas conversaciones, ¿no? Uno está hablando con su familia, a veces se puede estar llorando, fajándose y todo el mundo te escucha. Pero bueno, ¿dónde si no?
This lack of privacy creates quite a challenge. And it had us asking people if they thought the government paid attention to what they're doing online. Many didn't think so, but others had a different response.
Internet is very complicated. We don't have internet in our house, you know?
Right.
No, it's only the place is allowed by government. Maybe you are speaking in Wi-Fi, somebody is listening behind you.
How do they listen?
Somebody, they put in many people around the park, around the place, they are Wi-Fi.
Cuba es una dictadura de internet, check it out, porque la internet son en sitio específico, no como en Estados Unidos.
Basically, at all these hotels, they're checking what you're browsing on and they're reading what you're writing as you're on the internet.
The reality is, I don't know the extent of the government's surveillance here. I do know that Reporters Without Borders has had Cuba on their enemies of the internet list since 2006. But, by the way, the US is now on their list as well, as of 2014. Despite the inconvenience and potential invasion of privacy, Cubans desire connection. The majority of Cubans who get online here do it simply to connect with others outside of Cuba.
I've spent many late nights here buying this Wi-Fi myself to get access to be able to talk to my family outside of Cuba.
That's how I first met this entrepreneur. One night I'm out with friends in Havana and I'm desperate for a hit of Wi-Fi. I really needed to check in with home. We're blocks from the fancy hotels with hotspots, and then I see this guy with a phone and people huddled all around him.
Acabo en distintos lugares.
No, siempre estoy aquí.
He's always here. This is his spot. Eso es una cuenta propista.
No, entre paréntesis, porque no es...
In parentheses.
No es legal. El cubano resuelve porque es más económico para ellos.
His name is Esteban, but we kind of refer to him as the Wi-Fi Robin Hood. Esteban's the one with the booster and with a whole team of employees. He has a thriving business, and it's tied to perhaps the biggest reason that makes internet usage so unique in Cuba. Here, Wi-Fi is the most expensive in the world per standard of living. When you run the numbers, it's amazing that anyone here ever gets online. The state has a monopoly on the internet and phone services, which begins to explain why it's so expensive. Add in the US embargo on high-tech products and perhaps the added cost for government censorship, and you get a sense of why the cost of government Wi-Fi isn't realistic for most people. That's what our Wi-Fi Robin Hood is trying to help with. Esteban agreed to talk with us on camera and tells us why he does what he does. We know he's taking a risk of being arrested by doing so, but he said he really wants others to know what is going on here.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper.
Me llamo Esteban y simplemente lo que hago es ayudar a los jóvenes a conectarse de una manera más fácil a la Wi-Fi. Sí es un buen negocio, lo que no es legal, es muy perseguido. En este momento es posiblemente el negocio más perseguido que hay en Cuba. Su salario es mínimo, ¿no? Si tienen internet, no tienen comida. Hay que escoger entre la comida e internet.
Esteban isn't simply providing a service for cheaper and more convenient internet. He's actually bringing families together, and that's so powerful. And to him, that's what it's about.
Por supuesto, hay personas que no se veían en años y gracias a esta aplicación pueden verse con la persona. Es grande la emoción que uno siente cuando uno está viendo a una persona que hace años tú no puedes ver, aunque sea por una videocámara, pero estás viéndola.
I love Esteban's passion for family, but it seems like what he's doing is putting him and his family at risk.
Cada día estamos en peligro. Los jóvenes que nos dedicamos a eso, cada día estamos en peligro porque estamos corriendo el peligro que nos ven un año preso o una multa de 1.500 pesos y nos descomisan los aparatos.
As I talk with Esteban, it becomes clear. He wants this to be legal. He wants to build his business without fear. But he's like most Cubans who have to have some side hustle to survive.
Y esta juventud hoy en día, nosotros venimos creciendo con más conocimiento, con más ambiciones, que todo no es vivir nada más de los pensamientos, de lo que hicieron nuestros abuelos, no pensar lo que podemos hacer nosotros. Tenemos ansia.
When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, the newest form of electronic journalism lights up Mr. Howard.
I continue to be so inspired by the Cuban people and their passion to connect with others, whether it's on the streets or online. They're creating change in the process. And while I've started technology businesses that help others connect, I've never had to risk as much as Esteban and others like him. My time here in Havana continues to remind me of the internet's greatest power, its power of connection. And it seems Cubans are doing this better than any of us.
El gobierno se ha quedado atrás del adelanto, quiere luchar contra el adelanto, eso es imposible. Es imposible luchar contra el adelanto, contra el desarrollo, eso es una cosa imposible, esto no lo para nadie ya.